Welcome back to Imagination Station Network. And as you can see, we are blessed with another amazing guest, a strong, powerful woman that's here to share our creative journey and inspire you as to behind the couch. But before we start, Jennifer, how are you feeling today?
I'm feeling good.
Good.
And slightly nervous.
I'm always nervous when I do these things. People don't believe me when I say that. I talk because I'm nervous.
I must not swear.
Don't worry. Just need to remind me to do the clap at the end. So, me and Jennifer have done a podcast before, so I kind of cheated in this one because I know Jennifer, but I don't know her. She's got a fantastic history behind us. I hope she's going to share that with us today. But she's a phenomenal creator and artist as well. So I'll just leave you to lead in with that.
Artist.
Creative artist.
That's a big word. There's a whole story behind that.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
Somebody told me once that if I changed from being a photographer on my socials to calling myself an artist, it would elevate me.
Aye, how come?
I don't know, but I still can't do it. I can't bring myself to do it.
See, like I guess I said I wasn't going to jump in, but something very similar actually. When people ask me in fact you asked me last year what it was I do, and I'm like, I'm an artist, I'm an and I start bumbling stuff off, but I've slowed it down a wee bit. I'm a creative entrepreneur.
Right.
And then I add in I'm autistic and I'm ADHD and I'm like, stop James, you're gone again. But it's like we do a lot. It's not just about the one creative that we do.
Mm-hmm.
So it's about sharing the...
Yeah.
Hi.
And I think, I feel a bit closer to being able to label myself as that with my latest project, because it is still photography, but the project I've just done on body image, which will be exhibited at Easter.
Whereabouts? Let's plug it quick.
Allen Bank Arts, near Allington, near Duns.
What day?
Opens on Easter Monday, 2 till 6, and it's on till the Friday.
Jesus Day. Remember Jesus Day.
And Justine and Justine Miller and Liz Hardy have also going to be exhibiting their amazing artwork there, which is for sale. So it's worth going, even if you don't like photography.
We'll come along.
Yeah, but this project, I wanted to create this kind of light painting effect work, which I'd really admired. Nadav Kandar and Paolo Reversi are massive fans of theirs and got their books. And it's something I wasn't taught at college.
Right.
So as part of the artist in residency, which I'm on at the minute with college, they got me back in for a year and offered me like use of the studios.
Wow. And
I need studios to create this kind of effect. So I've been teaching myself that for the last few months, and the culmination of that is going to be shown at the Allen Bank Arts.
Excellent.
And then out of the Blue Drill Hall as well in Edinburgh in June.
Did that see a wee bit? Did you share a wee bit on your
there's
social media?
There's a little bit on my Instagram, I
think. You're
think.
usually the dark with the light, aren't you, with your photos?
Yeah.
And that's what I like about it. We've got another photographer who's on our team, and she's a youngster, and she's the same. And I showed her your page, and I'm like, this is what we liked. Like, I can show you a couple, and they were dark with light, and it's hard to explain as an artist who is a neurodivergent artist, and I see different things that other people might not see.
Right.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. Well, this was meant to look like very painterly, and sort of then there's the big decisions of which paper you print it on, because that can make or break it as well.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to be painting it on rag, printing it on rag paper.
What's that?
But it's got quite a rough texture to it.
Right.
And I'm not going to put these behind glass because I want them to look like
shine off it.
Yeah, there's no reflection in the glass because it'll just ruin it. But
but
I'm really nervous about it because it's so different to the type of photography I really do.
You should be nervous.
I'm really nervous.
Has anybody ever said that? You should be nervous.
I don't know if it's any good, but
you should be scared to put your stuff out there.
Yeah, I'm terrified. But the people that come forward, the people that come forward are amazing and shared their real personal stories, their vulnerability. We're all doing this to try and reduce stigma and make people just feel better about themselves.
Good for you,
and realise that you're not perfect, but you're still beautiful. That's the whole idea of the project.
That's what art is, though. Do you know the thing? It's a reflective state of mind.
Yeah.
Your art is your reflective state, whether it be how you're feeling that day. And that's where photographers like yourself, you're able to capture that. You can capture stuff, and I've said this to the other photographers that have been on, you're able to capture stuff that me personally, my art can't capture. I can capture stuff of mine on the day, whereas photographers can catch stuff for a lifetime.
Mm-hmm.
Lifetime, and people can look back 40 years from now and see that and go, probably cry.
I suppose we can have on-running projects. Like another one I'm doing is my son and his friendship group, because they're all about to go off to uni. They're all about to
Fly
sit
the
their
nest.
exams. I know it's a massive year for them.
Mm-hmm.
So I've decided to photograph all of them and want to revisit it in like 5 and 10 years' time.
Brilliant.
And do a few words with them. I ask them a few questions, what their fears are, their dreams, you know, what they worry about lying in bed, you know, state of the world. And it's amazing what they're coming out with. It's so insightful.
I love the fact that you forward plan for the next 10 years. That'd be an interesting factor to see where they are. And you're also combining motherhood with the gone away part, and then in 10 years' time, life changes, man. That's nice. I like that.
Yes.
It's encapsulating.
I'm doing a little bit of what they're into. So one girl, she loves baking bread. Like that's what she does to relax. So we've got her. She actually made some bread that morning, and we've got her holding her bread. We've got another one who's doing up some Land Rover. We're going to photograph him at Easter.
Excellent.
And he's learning with his dad how to, you know, do the whole vehicle up. So we're going to photograph him with that. So I think when they go away to uni, and you know, some of them might not come back. They might just go and end up in jobs in London or wherever. They'll be able to look back on their friendship and what they were into and how much they've changed. And it's quite good, you know, for their mums and dads as well to keep.
Love it.
As a record.
I love it. There is a guy who's went back. Funny you should say that on social media, and he's went back 40 years. And you see them on standing next to the bus and where he took photos again, and it's an experience and a half.
Yeah.
So what brought Jennifer to here? Because you've not got an accent, as if you're from here.
From the Lake District.
There you go. See.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Says me, who's got an accent. He's not from here either.
No, yeah, just down the road from where you're from, but yeah, I was working there and I met somebody, and he lived here, so I married him. Got divorced, decided to stay around here.
Good for you.
Yeah,
you're an asset to this place.
Oh,
like, I'll say that. Like I say, me and Jan down the stairs in the office, and thanks for getting your time up, because I know you're busy. But when we met the last time, we only touched the surface of what it is you do, and then when I added onto your social media, we always talk about certain art, and I'll call you an artist because it's an artist that does that stuff. And again, I'm not just here to blow smoke up people's asses. The talent that you've brought to this area and the stuff that you're doing, you're no shy at just keeping it within there. You expand and go places where other artists like yourself, unless they're watching you do that, will just think, I need to stay here. I need to stay in my lane. We had a conversation off the camera earlier, and that's what it was all about. It's like,
yeah, I've definitely gone out my
lane.
Go out my lane every time. It's
Yeah,
I mean, I started off doing boxing photography and motorsport, which I still love. And then decided I was actually getting, I was getting paid for some of the work, but I saw all these amazing photographs on Instagram and I was like, oh my God, how do you do that? How do you like that? So I started off and did a night class at Edinburgh College. It was just one night a week in the studio to learn how to do studio photography. But as soon as I think I was, first day I got in there, I was like, oh my God, this is amazing.
brilliant.
And instead of having to teach yourself the hard way, there's people there you can actually ask all these questions to and get the answer like really quickly and use all their facilities. So that very quickly developed onto a foundation course, called it the NC back then. It's the foundation year now. And I was never going to do a degree. It was hard with the kids. I had 3 young kids, nobody to help look after them. Still having to work to try and keep a roof over our head, and I couldn't figure out how I was going to juggle it. But it's a bit like when you decide to have children. If you know what you're going to be in for, you probably wouldn't do it. you just take the leap, and then somehow I really believe, I was a single mum, had no one to help babysit. They never see the dad through his choice, so I never even got weekends off. I was commuting to Edinburgh, which isn't easy from Duns. And somehow if you decide to do something, you do it. And I'd still, looking back, don't know how I did it. But one thing led to another, and I got my degree. Then they changed the course to an honours. So now if you do an HND there, you can go straight on to a BA honours. It's really good for Scotland to have that course there. And because it's through Kingston University, it's a year less than the ones that go through the Scotland
so
universities. So it's the place to go if you want to
How
save.
many years is it in total for that?
Well, you've got your foundation, but some people can go straight onto HM1 and then 2 and then degree.
So 3-4
yeah,
years.
so it's like really, they've done really well.
Dedication though, innit?
Oh yeah.
Dedication, man, to the cause.
And I know I'm biased, but I do look at other colleges and what they're doing and how many win awards, and keep an eye on other socials. And Edinburgh College smashes it with the big competition wins. That they really are the best. They're hard on you, but then you produce the best
But you know
work.
yourself, fear is part of the journey.
Yeah.
And if you've nobody there to put any pressure on yourself, it's like you've seen in here, I just work myself. But if I don't give myself that fear factor, you're not going to get to that other side or the next stage to where you want to be.
Yeah.
Change lanes, man, like we said. But I seen that you'd won an award. I wasn't going to bring it up until you did, but you haven't yet. But that's a big status that you've won. And can you explain that? I don't want to steal the story.
Is it the Scottish Portrait Award, you mean? Yeah, so that was, it's the big one in Scotland, and it started off as, I followed the people who were getting shortlisted and winning that as inspiration, really, when I started my college journey and started looking at other work out of the realm of sport. And I used to just look at these people and just think, oh my God, this is amazing. Like, they're just like heroes of mine. I honestly really looked up to them, and would sort of use a lot of their work in my research during college, to show where my workings were and what I was aiming towards. And would never, ever have, honestly, I know everybody says this, but I honestly never thought in a million years I would win it. And I got longlisted the first year, and I was thrilled with that, with a documentary photo I did of lambing in the Lammermuirs. And then the next year I got shortlisted, which I thought that was as good as it was going to get. I thought, this is it, I can tick that one off. And then with my mental health, it was called A Hidden Community, my project, and it started off with my BA, and it started to do really well. I got runner-up at the Photo North Festival in Leeds, and I must mention them because if anybody loves photography, you have to go to the Photo North Festival in Leeds.
Was that Photo North?
Photo North. So they've just had it last weekend, and it's a weekend packed of those most amazing people coming to speak. So you meet your heroes. The booksellers are there, and you can meet them and talk to them and get your books signed instead of just buying one and not getting signed. The talks, they have amazing talks that come in. But I think what really blows me away about the place is it's so friendly. You come away, I know this sounds, really, I don't know, bit daft, but you come away literally making real friends. And then the best bit, we all go to the pub at the end of each night.
Well, see,
so then you get to cement the friendships and really,
we were talking before, and it's like that just blasts through the stigma. We as artists and creatives can go into a room, and I do it as well. I'm absolutely prone for it, and I try and humble myself at every time. But if we go into every room like that and you do meet people, because I've got heroes out there, like Jan laughs, like Ian as an artist, like painted Jimi Hendrix. It's like, he's one of my heroes as an artist, and I get to meet him. But when you go into the rooms, you can get caught up on the other stuff, the other people who are judging, and they're not there for the right reason.
Oh,
does that make sense?
Yeah,
Without
totally.
giving too much away, because I'm always talking about it.
Yeah.
And that's liberated me, you saying that, because I can go in and I can close myself off. But we have so much more to offer.
Yeah.
We have so much more to give if we just stop going into that stigmatism.
And for me, it's the highlight of my year. So I got runner-up, student award, got runner-up with that, and I was really pleased with that. But historically, Edinburgh College had done really well, and then the year after me, somebody actually won it from Edinburgh College, and So anyway, so I carried on with the work, and they said to me, keep going with this project, because it was only 8 images for the college assignment. So I took their advice and I kept going with it, and I built it up to 22.
Wow.
And then one of those images actually won Scottish Portrait Award in colour. There's 2 winners, one's black and white and one's colour, which was, it was like 2 years ago, and I'm still thinking they're going to come and tell me they'd made a mistake. It's like, sorry, we have to have that award back. But yeah, it was absolutely crazy. And I was the first woman to win it, which meant a lot.
Well done.
That meant a lot. And I'll probably go on a bit as to why that meant a lot as well to me. But first digital image, first person at Edinburgh College.
Well done.
Yes.
That's a big achievement.
So I was doing it for the girls.
You've set the bar.
Well, I just doing it for the girls. Like, we do struggle, you know.
Like I said to you earlier, there's not enough strong women around here that in this area and in the world. Let's be honest here. I grew up in a woman household, so I know what it's like for the stigmatism of women, and there's not enough voices. That's the word I was trying to use there. There's not enough big voices. You're becoming that big voice in this area, not only with speaking, but with your work as well.
I think what's difficult, because I learned in the boxing, I was the only female at the time really doing the big shows ringside, and like, if you ever watch the boxing on TV, it's always male photographers. And you know, you can. What I want to say is, you see some women who they feel they have to become like with masculine traits to get to be level on a level playing field. And I was determined not to be like that. I didn't want to be that, you know. And it is hard because people do automatically look down the lens of the male standing next to you when you've set the shot up, and it's really, there's so many little things that people won't even think about, or males next to me don't even realize that's what's happening and how frustrating it is. But you know, I just went in and I was determined just to be myself and, you know, do it the hard way, become the best, show it through the work, not sort of accept any favours really to get through and get accepted. But I did have a secret weapon.
What was that?
I don't know whether I should tell you or not.
Don't tell folk on the camera then. Keep that secret weapon for yourself.
I always made cakes and scones when I went to these events.
Blackmail.
So like, you'll see the Sky
Where's
Sports.
The cakes and scones?
Oh no, sorry. I was running late today. But yeah, there would be like a little tub of cakes and scones, and I'd be handing them out to all the other like photographers and the guys doing the broadcasting and sweets and things. So
that's not even blackmail, it's kindness though.
That was my secret. Well, we didn't eat because quite often it was 8 hours and just one fight after another, and we'd all be under these hot TV lights, absolutely melting.
Man, I would never have thought of that. I would never have thought about that length of time.
Oh, it's
being
awful.
Under the like even when I was putting the lights up today, I said, "You're right with the lights," but it does get warm.
Oh, it's just really, really hot and thirsty, and there was some of them that would just roll out next fighter before the other one had even stepped out the ring. If they had 13 fights to get through, and you'd be desperate for the loo, and you couldn't even go to the loo. It was like, and you wanted to drink, but you didn't dare drink. Whereas the film crew who are doing the TV cameras, they have an extra guy
running
and they rotate, so they get half an hour break each, because I would be standing next to them, they'd be going, all right mate, you can go and get your dinner now, you got half an hour break. And I was going, I should have done that as a job.
See, do you tell yourself inside it though? Do you get that bit, the inner monologue that says, you know, you're going to miss this shot?
Oh yeah, you don't go to the loo because you know if you miss the knockdown,
and
it would just be my luck, it would. Do you know what I mean? So
that's fascinating though, man, that you went in there though with your head up high and you went in there representing yourself in a male world.
I love it though. The boxing's amazing.
Would never have thought of that.
The people are amazing. Oh, everyone's so friendly. It's, you know, but I was nervous the first time I had to start going backstage because I weren't really used to women going into the changing rooms. So I'd be like, hello, can I come in? Just like try not to look.
But again, things like that, you're an inspirational woman. I'm surprised you're not doing inspirational chats to people, like standing up and doing inspirational talks.
I do if I get asked, yeah.
Because that's like, even just sitting talking to you, like, I'm relaxed, I'm a twitcher, I always move, always tick. But talking to somebody who's ambitious, no scared to go out there and get what you want and work hard for it. And I know that sounds daft, and I know it will sound stereotypical, but it isn't. People don't admit to getting to where they are. They're like, there's this wee invisible bit in beside they don't want to talk about.
Oh, I'll tell you
about it. Tell me
I'll
how
tell you
about
the failures as well.
That's failures part of the opposite part of the journey.
You win a competition, but then other ones you enter and you don't. I'm quite happy to say I don't get anywhere, because I think photography, art, you know, it's really subjective as well. And it's just luck really on the day of who's judging the work, whether that work resonates with them. You know, you've got a team with the Scottish Portrait Awards, and like this year I've just found out I didn't even get shortlisted, I only got longlisted. So it's kind of, and that was with this body of work I'm really nervous about, this new body of work, which I think is really beautiful, but it obviously wasn't what they were looking for on the day. So you have these, it's like a roller coaster because you put so much into everything. It's really hard not to take.
When you get the wins, like
failure.
Boxing, when you get the win, it's a win. It's not just a. I mean, only you know the stuff that you've went through, unless there's somebody really hardcore following your journey. But you like if you're documenting it and you're showing people by coming on these things and doing podcasts and showing them, that's what makes you right the day to come on the podcast. Doesn't
Right.
matter that you're late. What's the saying I've been saying? Doesn't matter when you turn up. The matter is that you turn up.
Yeah. Well,
Unless you're the one in the ring meant to be fighting. Then
well,
it's
it's really nice of you to ask me though,
Aye.
because I hate speaking. So it's just, but I know you.
But you've got a story though,
you're really
and your
nice.
story's fascinating, and there isn't that many women that will come. I mean, there's another woman who I find very inspirational, is Amanda Mumberson, and her podcast is, I think she was the first or the second episode on here, and her story as well. She's like, I'm just this, and we start talking, and I'm like, he's an inspirational woman that shows this isn't a man's world. It's like, I don't care what anybody says, is like, I've seen growing up inspirational women who I hold up high regards as I go along in my journey. And you've heard me say it, I'm just a guy for a council scheme. That's my story. But in between these stories and growing and going forward, inspirational women have helped me up. Wee Jan, another wee inspirational woman, is helping you up and getting to somewhere. And if we don't hold people up like yourself and show this is how we got here, this is how we did it, then I'm not being James. I'm not being the authentic person.
Yeah, it's funny because I just posted something on LinkedIn this morning about that, and I used to love LinkedIn, but since AI came in and ChatGPT, it's great to help you write things, and I will use it for things, but I do find like a lot of the posts people are putting on there, they're just lacking personality now, and some of the people I know have got really amazing personalities, and it just doesn't sound like them at all, and you're losing, it's not authentic anymore, and that's our unique selling point, really. You've got to be authentic, and I'm really proud of my personal projects. They're all really authentic, and every project I do, I've experienced that myself, and I wouldn't ask anyone to come forward and tell their story to me and make themselves vulnerable unless I'm telling them my story as well. It wouldn't be fair if I didn't do that.
You're leading for the front. That's every bit leads to leading for the front. You don't know who you're inspiring behind the scenes and who sees your post. And that fear that I'm always talking about. I sit there for ages on my phone and I'm like, post it. Just post it. Like one the other day I posted about the rabbits because I haven't been painting my own way for a long time because I'm wanting to show other people's skill levels and showing that. So I'm putting all my time into that and I will absolutely continue to do it. But I set a day aside. And I remembered back to a guy in Berwick said, are you that guy that paints these stupid rabbits and coos? And at this day I was feeling all right, and I said, I am, and they're actually hares. And that was it. And I remembered that while I was sitting talking to somebody about a podcast, and I was like, right, Jan, clear my diary, I'm going to paint. And that's these wee things, as much as it was they were having a pop and trying to be negative, I flipped it. 2.5 years later, and I come in and I paint myself something that's happy. That's how we should do it. But if we don't document that stuff, how are other people going to know? How are other people going to know that strong women can come on a podcast? We baldy guy, if you go running, can end up trying to be something and do something, but it's not just about him, it's about the people you meet along the line.
Yeah.
This is how we do it.
Well, there's so much talent in the borders as well around here, and it is easy for us to hide away down here, definitely. Yeah. So
I think the borders is a place we've found ourselves. We've stepped away from, this is a small town as well, but we've stepped away and we've stepped over into the Scottish borders, and it does have something different, maybe something that I was looking for that I didn't know I was looking for in the shape of a small town in Kelso.
Right.
And I'll tell you more about that after the camera because there's stuff we can't talk about.
So how do you find your people to bring onto the show?
Some of them find me.
Right.
But what people have not realised, I've been doing this for 6 years. I have catalogued everything and say I've got 5,000 windows opened in my wee brain.
Okay.
Then everything merges. Everything is all part of everything. Like Imagination Station Network. Imagination is all you need to bring a story on the show. Station is somewhere where you go, but it's also somewhere you can watch other people go. And network, just by coming on here today, happily introduce you to anybody in our network.
Yeah.
That's how it's working for me. It's like, it's not about James. It's never been about James, man. I'm just me doing my thing. It's about the people who I meet along the journey. And if you don't know what that is, please go and find all the people that are on the podcast and hold them up, man, and tell them where you found them. What's your Instagram?
It's just Jennifer Charlton Photography.
Jennifer Charlton
on Instagram.
Photography.
And my website is jennifercharltonphotography.com.
There you go. Go and find Jennifer and see what she's up to.
So,
It's not just photography, and that's why I like it. Like, I was humbled by a friend, Roland's husband, Jonathan, and he really humbled me. And Jan were away seeing the fake Michael Bublé, and it was good. And they were there, and I say, "Oh, you know, I'm not an artist. I'm just self-taught." And he invited me around the next day, and he's like, "What do you mean? Stop saying that. You're an artist. Doesn't matter where you come from." And see, ever since then, I've held my head high, and I'm like, you know, until that day, I would never say I'm an artist.
Oh, I've got a whole thing about the self-taught thing, because I was self-taught before I went to college, and but it's funny when you go to college and study. This sounds weird, but in a way, a lot of it's still self-taught, because what they do is they don't always show you how to do something. Like my new project, they've never showed us how to do the light painting,
Right.
but what they do teach you is how to go away and figure out things for yourself. And I think people who haven't been to college don't understand that.
Yeah.
And to me, everybody's kind of self-taught, you know, in a lot of ways. Yeah, there's people there you can ask, but you can ask the same question to 3 different lecturers and they'll all give you a different answer.
Yeah.
And you come
it's
out.
Their way.
Yeah, it's their way. So at the end of the day, like, even when you go and get your degree, and it makes you proud of the work you've made, because a lot of it's come from down in here.
Of course it has.
You know,
Passion.
and you've had to problem solve and figure things out all the time.
I've yet to be wrong. I've yet to be wrong about any of the people on here. Maybe a few, but it's passion, no privilege.
Yeah, you've got to be.
Everybody who comes on this show, passion, not privilege.
You've got to be passionate, and you've got to be quite obsessed. I think.
Yeah.
100%. I can't speak for the art world, but photography, if you want to try and get the work in, you are not going to leave college and suddenly fall into work.
Make money. Everybody associates it with money as well, and it's like, it's okay. And I hate the saying where you have to eat, but you know, if it's not, if it turns into a job, you are not going to be as motivated. It has to be, like you said, the obsession.
Yeah.
Like, I'm obsessed about meeting people.
Yeah.
I'm obsessed about hearing other people's journey. I know when you leave today, I'm going to go and paint something. And that wouldn't have been the thing I would have painted unless I'd met you.
I think that's why it's really important, because it is quite lonely sometimes being a creative. And I've actually had someone say that, where she gave me her story on the body image and we recorded it. And then she messaged me a few days later and said, "I've just written a poem. I've never written a poem before, but as soon as we came off that conversation, I just got all these ideas in my head, and I've written this poem speaking about her journey with a body image." And it's just.
And you know, thinking that you are opening up the is it annals of the brain that people only didn't think they could use and do.
Oh, and it was a beautiful poem as well. It was amazing.
Did she send you it?
It's not quite finished, because I was gonna ask if we could show it alongside the portrait actually. But she was gonna go away and
I cried this morning down the stairs at somebody reading a poem that I'd found on social media. Right. Words really get in, and when you can add them in to photographs, paintings, that's where the thing is for me, the magic. I've been in exhibitions and I've had to leave because I'm emotional, and again it's bad. You shouldn't have to leave somewhere because you're emotional at a painting or a picture.
No, I was
able
like
to stand there and greet if you want.
Yeah, I was really embarrassed. I went to see the Chris Kill exhibition at the Baltic Gateshead, and I went to see it twice, and I was really embarrassed. I started to feel like I was going to cry, and I didn't understand why. You know, it's just, but it's amazing how, you know, that work, and I think a lot of it is projected sometimes as well through the person taking the photo. You feel something and you're not sure why you feel it.
They've captured
it. They've nailed it. If they do actually make you feel really emotional when you're looking at the work.
Shouldn't have to hold back greeting. You know, I told you there, I've cried myself to sleep twice this week, and that's because I'm an emotional. I get it. I'm autistic and I'm ADHD, but I feel if I don't paint, I get quite more emotional because that's my outgoing.
Yeah.
As you can see around the room, don't give all the secrets away. There's hundreds of unfinished work. I will get there one day, but it's like that's something you just said there that led me on to this. It's like I can't help everybody, but I'm hoping that I can meet people along the way that I can set them free with their own terms, not with mine, because I've set myself free as such. This is about other people's now. So I'm excited. We're going to invite you along as well. Ian's got his first solo exhibition.
Oh, great.
On the 11th of April.
Right.
Come along to that.
Where's that going to be?
I think we've got an invitation downstairs. If not, I've left it.
Right.
So we'll need to meet you again for a coffee.
Okay.
And give you the personalised invitation for the day.
Right. Amazing. Thank
good
you.
to see you there. We've not got an awful lot of time left, but thank you very much for coming on. Do you have anything else? What would you say to a young Jennifer or somebody who's starting out, not just with photography, on a journey similar to yours?
Oh, I wish I could own the work more and not have just like have more confidence in what I'm doing. I can't believe everything that I've achieved in the last couple of years, and I've started writing things in a journal.
Brilliant.
And it's amazing how these things come true. It's mental. And always say thank you to people. I had somebody from the RPS, the Royal Photographic Society, suggested that I went and applied to be an associate, and I went through that distinction process. And on the back of just messaging him and saying thank you so much, it was on my list of things to do. I'd kind of forgotten with doing the degree. I was busy. Thank you so much for reminding me. You know, I'm so pleased that I've just got that. And then he messaged me back and said, I would like to invite you to become a chartered photographer.
Wow.
Which I hadn't even heard of. And I said, I don't even know what that is. And it's a new thing that they're doing, and it's amazing what they're doing for photography, because I think a lot of people expect to get everything for free these days with photography. So you've got your chartered photographers and your chartered accountants, and they've spent years getting the king to sign off this, you know, whatever it is, where you can, and it's quite hard to get. But I was the first person in Scotland to become a chartered photographer. And I'm saying that to a lot of people, because because it's new, don't realise it's even a thing.
Jennifer set the bar. Go and check it out, man.
Go and join. You know, you have to join the Royal Photographic Society, but they're really supportive and do amazing talks and things as well.
Hey man, you can never have too many strings to your bow, especially. That's massive. You've just set history. You've just set history by being the first, not only person, but first woman.
Right.
In that category.
I hope by talking about it, it'll give more people, you know, the idea to go and read up on it and find out about it.
I'm going to.
Because the industry needs this as well.
I'm not a photographer, but I'm going to go and have a look at it.
Everybody thinks they can be a photographer, but we need something to set the bar that high. Because what we're doing is actually, you know, if we're doing it properly, it's a lot of work and it's really difficult.
Photographers have been about the same time or maybe longer as painters, you know. There's like, photography came about, like painters first obviously to capture it, and then photographers to come capture the painter painting, and now separate ways and doing all that. But the synergy will always bring you back. That's why our motto is inspired to be inspired. Because I'm inspired, and it's selfish if we don't get away to people and show what it is. Like, you've inspired me today, so we'll go away and do something and show people.
I think we know through doing the art and the photography, it's changed my life.
You're a different person sitting there today, even when I met you last year. Like, you're a totally different person, vibrating on a different level.
And I think it's really just spreading the word. Like, be brave, pick up a camera, even if you think you're not creative, which I didn't. Look where you can end up, because you'll fall in love with something.
Don't give up.
Don't
give up at that first hurdle. Hurdles are just there to be pushed in.
Don't listen to the negative people, because I had those as well at the beginning.
I've had them. I've had a lot of them. And guess what I do? I write them into my books. So if you're watching this and you think you're one of the negative people, don't buy one of the books. You're in there. You are 100% in there.
And when you've got to turn it into a positive, haven't you?
No, I'm gutted about, actually, while we're sitting talking, I'm gutted that Banksy's revealed himself.
Oh no.
I'm devastated. He was like, I always talk about him and go, you know, he's got a close knit of pals, never ratted him out. They've kept him close, and he's political without being political. One of my heroes, man. And
I'm going to see what he does now, because a lot of the magic was the mystery.
Yes.
So I'm wondering, but he's obviously really clever. So I reckon he's going to come up with another spin to it now. Now we know who he is. I can't wait to see what he does.
That's the whole point.
Well, I don't know.
Because I think it's a collective. There is a collective. Banksy is a collective.
I wondered that. Yeah.
But just back to what Jennifer said, you know, please don't no give yourself permission to do stuff. That's important. Give yourself all the permission, because we were once where you were. And again, these are always just suggestions. They're never a demand. Because if you come at me with a demand, I'll just switch off. But no, be kind to yourself, man. You deserve it. And thanks very much, Jennifer, for your time.
Thank you for asking me. That was lovely.
And I know it'll not be the last time that we either have you on or we'll come and see stuff. So I'd like to come and interview you at the Allen Bank if we've got time. I
Oh,
don't know if
yeah.
we've got.
That would be really
I'm going to
nice.
check when I finish here and come with my wee microphones and interview you.
Yeah, that would be amazing.
Excellent.
Yeah.
So guys, don't forget, go and have a wee look, like and follow and subscribe and all that stuff. But please go and see Jennifer's page, and we'll put a wee note below in the comments as well where you can find her.
Oh, thank you, James.
Have a great day, man, whatever you're doing. But be kind to yourself.
Be kind.
See you after.
Bye.